I can finally buy books again, yay! Hey, what's up? My name is Daniela and welcome to my first book haul of this year. As you may know, I was on a book buying ban for the whole 2018 and now I have finally started to buy books again. So this is very exciting, and in order to prevent myself from going wild, I came up with a monthly budget for books which is $35 and I have stuck to it so far, so that's great. But yeah, basically I started going into bookstores more and I even found a store with discounted English books in Prague. I actually didn't buy anything in January, but in February there was a 20% discount on everything in the biggest bookstore here, so I went there. I have a book shopping vlog from that day, so if you saw it, you know what I got. So what I got was Harry Potter and the Philosopher's Stone by J.K. Rowling, the Ravenclaw edition, and then these paperback editions of The Chamber of Secrets and The Prisoner of Azkaban. I was agonizing about which editions to get for quite some time, because I wanted the special Ravenclaw editions, but they are not out, all of them, so I got the first one and then I'm getting the rest of the series in these paperback editions, and I have to say I'm really satisfied with that. They are easy to read and I love the Ravenclaw edition, and this one, it's enough for now. On that day I also got Emma and Persuasion by Jane Austen. I haven't read Emma and Persuasion will be a reread and I really like these editions, so I'm really glad about that purchase as well. I also acquired Do Not Say We Have Nothing by Madeleine Dien. This is the Czech translation that I proofread, so they gave me a copy. And this is a historical fiction about China in the second half of the 20th century, and I really liked it. Then one day I went to a discounted bookstore. Unfortunately they didn't have anything in English, but I grabbed The Life-Changing Magic of Trading Up by Marie Kondo. This is again the Czech translation. I have already read this in English, but I thought that I could give this to someone in my life who isn't really on board with getting rid of stuff, but I thought that I could first read it in Czech to see what the translation is like. I'm sure you know who Marie Kondo is by this point, but if you don't, she's a Japanese decluttering and organizing expert, and this is her book about her method, the KonMari method on getting rid of stuff. And then at the same big bookstore that I mentioned at the beginning, they had this epic deal, which was basically buy one book and get four for free. There was a selection of books you could use for this discount, and all of them were in Czech, but I thought that I could still use it because it's a pretty good deal. So I went there with my boyfriend and we decided that we are going to choose 5 books together to use the discount. Which was a great plan, right? Well, it wasn't that easy to choose. So a few hours and a few existential crises later, we picked up 5 books and 3 of them were my picks. There were a lot of thrillers and I decided to go for them because I would say that in this genre the translation doesn't play such a big role. Like, the writing style is usually not the most important part of the story, and also there tends to be a long queue for the books at the library. So I just went for some thrillers and I got Tell No One by Harlan Coben. I have no idea what it is about, but he's a thriller writer and I have read another book by him which was called The Stranger and I quite enjoyed it. I gave it 4 stars, so I just randomly picked another one of his books and I hope I will like it as well. Then I picked up the last one by Alexandra Oliva. So this is a survival story slash reality show, I guess. I think it's about some sort of competition and then the competition ends, but not all the people know about it, so it turns into a real survival story, I think. Yeah, the cover literally says the show has ended, but she doesn't know it, so intrigues. And I also got Fatal Crossing by Lone Tales. This is translated from Danish and it's about a journalist that comes across some old photographs that actually are from an event where 2 girls disappeared from a boat. And now I suppose she's going to investigate the old case and try figure it out. That day was a really good day because I also found Becoming by Michelle Obama for $4, and obviously I couldn't leave it there, so I was really happy to find this. Everybody has been saying that the audiobook is really good, so I might listen to parts of it while reading it. We'll see. But yeah, like the dust jacket is slightly damaged, but otherwise it's in a really good condition, so yeah, it was a great find. Then I bought a book that I was really excited about, and I bought it on the day it was released, and that was Daisy Jones and the Six by Taylor Jenkins Reid. I ordered it online because we didn't have it in stores, and it took about a week to get to me, but yeah, I was so happy to have it. So The Seven Husbands of Evelyn Hugo by Taylor Jenkins Reid was one of my favorite books of last year, and I was really excited about this book because it deals with 70s rock music and everything about it, and that's something I adore. I grew up on classic rock, so this is a topic that is very close to my heart. I have already read it and it's so good. The characters, the story, the atmosphere. Taylor Jenkins Reid does this all so well. I can believe it. It's phenomenal. Yeah, I'm going to talk about this more in my April wrap-up, but I love it so much. Then I found that discounted bookstore with English books. The prices are not really that low, especially considering the fact that some of the books are slightly damaged, but it's still cheaper than in a normal store, and these are books that I can get from the library, so I saved at least some money with buying them in this store. I totally didn't expect that I would leave with these books because they are adult fantasy, which is not my typical genre. But I bought The Final Empire by Brandon Sanderson, which is a series that I really want to try. I don't know much about this and I don't want to know much about this, but it's a high fantasy world where evil guys won the war and now they are on the throne. If there is a throne, I don't know. Yeah, I'm like scared to look at the things on the back and stuff like that because they are fun spoilers. I don't want to know things, but yeah, here it literally says, what if the Dark Lord won? So it's about that. This was the only copy they had and it's a little bit damaged here, and it was $4.50, which is cheaper than in a normal store, so yeah. And the second book I bought was The Lies of Locke Lamora by Scott Lynch. So again, I don't know much about this, but it's about a bunch of thieves and apparently there is a lot of action, and not that many people talk about it, but the people that talk about it tend to rave about it, so I decided to give it a try. Well, pick it up and then hopefully I will give it a try. And last book of this haul is a book that I probably should have mentioned at the beginning, but I was going kind of chronologically. So it is Harry Potter and the Goblet of Fire. I didn't buy the whole series in English at once, so I'm kind of buying them as I go. Right now I have finished the second book, so there's still plenty of time to buy the rest of them. But yeah, this is my book haul post-buying ban. Let me know if you read any of these or if you plan to. Don't forget to give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it and subscribe to my channel if you want to. Thank you so much for watching and I will see you next time. Bye!